Man, this is weird because you see these black bars, but they end. I think the reason why I'm seeing this stuff is probably because this game is originally a 4x3, and they use the outer edge, like the images they used were bigger, so there's still more to see, I guess, but the game doesn't support anything more than 4x3. Servants, familiars of different classes that obey the seven masters, yes. These are the highest ranked familiars, called heroic spirits, yes, gotcha. So it's misleading to call them familiars. Originally, familiars were just beings that ran errands for the Magus. Imagine perhaps a cat in boots, or a cute white bird, or a black dog that doesn't obey its master, or something like that. Familiars that a mere Magus can summon are at that level. Familiars are just familiars. There are only mascots that run errands for their masters, so they cannot be beings stronger than their masters. But servants are different. They are the most powerful beings. Even for sorcerers, of which there are only 5 in this world, it would probably be impossible to form a contract with them. It's not that the summoning is hard, or even that the ability of the servant surpassed that of the Magus. Servants themselves are beings above magic. There's the Saber class. I'll make it clear. Servants are heroes in the past. Myth, legend, fable, history. Fiction or not, the superhuman beings who gained concrete existence in folklore are what we call heroes. A hero that becomes eternal in people's minds is no longer human after their death, and is promoted to another form of existence. Humans who bring about miracles, save people, and achieve great deeds are called heroes even after their death. After being so called, they are promoted to heroic spirits after their death and become guardians of humanity. It doesn't matter whether these people existed in reality or are only in stories. It is people's minds that create a hero, people's wishes that this is how things should be, give them form and set them up as real. Authenticity does not matter. They can have form as long as they have fame as a legend and people have faith. The ultimate ideal humans have created, the greatest human people have created, there are the heroes, the heroic spirits. And of course, since they are beyond human, they cannot be controlled by humans. A Magus usually borrows their power only to mimic them. They can't summon the heroic spirits themselves. But the Holy Grail made that impossibility into reality. It summons the heroic spirit beyond human control and turns it into a familiar obedient to the master. That nonsense is proof that the Holy Grail is almighty. And with the passing of years ignored, the heroic spirits are summoned, the most recent from 100 years ago, the oldest from the ancient days. The heroic spirit obeys each of the 7 masters, protects them, and eliminates the masters of the enemy. Heroes from every age and country are revived into the present day to kill one another for supremacy. This is why this ritual is called the Holy Grail War. Whoa. But it seems the Holy Grail has its limits too. Even the Holy Grail cannot indiscriminately call unto the spirit-like beings. Just as the form invented by humans is required for the imaginary 6th element, known as the devil, to take form, the heroic spirits also need a form to live in this world. That form is their temporary name, and the way they exist in this world. The Holy Grail has furnished classes so that the heroic spirits may take form more easily, and it only summons the heroic spirits that matches these classes. It's like a passport to the present, as it sets up a role as a familiar in advance. By allowing the summoned heroic spirit to take on that role, it helps the spirit to take form. If there are 7 masters chosen by the Holy Grail, there are also 7 servants obeying these masters. There are 7 furnished classes. Knights of the Sword, Saber. Knight of the Lance, Lancer. Knight of the Bow, Archer. Mounted Soldier, Rider. Magus, Caster. Silent Killer, Assassin. Mad Warrior, Berserker. Berserker. Come with me. Only the heroic spirits with attributes of these classes are summoned to the present to obey the master and become a servant. That is the servant system. A summoning and contract with a heroic spirit beyond human control to win the miracle beyond human grasp. The ultimate competition held only on this ground, the one and the only Holy Grail War. A loud crash. The short sword that deflects Lancer's lance flies from Archer's hand. This is the Lancer's technique. A straight thrust that turns into a sweep at Archer's wrist. It was a blow Archer could not avoid, even had he seen it coming. There is no effective way of parrying a lance with a sword. A strong rebuff only results in a stronger counterattack, and a weak rebuff does not create any openings. The important aspect of the battle between a sword and a lance lies in defeating the enemy when he is at the long range. The wrong range, wow. Idiots. There's no hesitation in Lancer. His movement to push Archer back stops. He must intend to end this match in a single instant. The stairs of the firmly placed Lancer and the swordless Archer class. In that instant, the lance is thrust, just like a flash of light. It can't even be seen. Forehead, neck, and heart. 3 shots are launched, any one a fatal blow. But the flash, too fast to see, is repelled by a shining blade. Huh? In Archer's hand is the short sword again. A sword like before, a Chinese sword, like a hatchet. But the biggest difference is he has 2 of them? Crap. 2 swords. A pair of swords. And his hands are matched swords, mirror images of each other. A bowman trying to be a swordsman. Lancer's lance flies. Whoa! First of all, this is crazy. It's awesome. As if to finish Archer off, the lance moves faster and faster. Whoa. Archer defends with a burning spirit. I'm just gonna say right now, we should probably save. I'm just gonna save. Just gonna save real quick. Got so many save slots, it doesn't matter. His hawk-like eyes say that he will not retreat anymore. No, that he will only advance from now. The clashing sounds are like a well-orchestrated music. 2 steels clanging against each other. The sparking clashes increase in rhythm without pause. The battle of the 2 is like a vacuum. It sucks in the air around them, and it seems like anything approaching them will be cut to pieces. In reality, it only lasts an instant. But for me looking on, it seems to take an infinitely long time. Lancer tries not to let Archer near him, while Archer advances using his sword as a shield. Over 100 blows have been thrown, and Archer loses his sword every time. Wow! But it's only for a moment, as Archer has a sword in his hand in the next instant, forcing Lancer to back a little each time. Lancer finally admits his carelessness. That even though he doesn't know who is before him, he will be the loser if he dismisses him as a mere bowman. The distance widens. Probably to recover, Lancer puts a larger distance between them. His speed is extraordinary. Archer's charge was out of this world, but it was still slow compared to Lancer. The movement of his retreat had panther-like speed and agility. 27. I've disarmed you that many times, yet you still have more? Lancer mutters in irritation. No, it's more like confusion. I feel the same way. According to Father, a servant carries only 1 weapon. Their weapon is filled with magical energy, so it's not something that can be created one after another, like Archer was just doing. Servants are heroics that sublimate their spirits after death, equaling the holy spirits. To put it another way, they are like devils, or angels. They are powerful familiars on their own, but their most powerful weapon is their proof of heroism, a magical item called their Noble Phantasm. A Noble Phantasm is a weapon, or armor the servant used when they were a hero, and it's treated as a last resort. The Noble Phantasm is the one and only weapon for a servant. This is because the Noble Phantasm is an ultimate weapon without equal. The lance that Lancer is using will show its power as a Noble Phantasm when Lancer deems it necessary. Noble Phantasm is an impressive weapon by itself, but its true ability is to release all its power using its true name. Heroes' weapons, which rule over all others, which have killed dragons and gods. Servants activate their Noble Phantasms using their magical energy. It's much like magic. Servants recreate the destruction and legend using their Noble Phantasms as a catalyst. Noble Phantasms are never disposable. The swords that Archer brought out must be excellent, but they cannot be his Noble Phantasm. He is the servant Archer, so the Noble Phantasm he conceals must be a bow. What's wrong, Lancer? It's not like you just stand there and watch. Where's the energy you just had now? You're talking crap, you cheater. Lancer's irritation is understandable. Even though Lancer fought as a spearman, Archer fended him off as a swordsman. Which means Archer hasn't shown any of his abilities yet, so it's natural for Lancer to feel ghastly. Alright then, I'll ask you, what hero are you? Thumbnail, by the way, thumbnail material, just saying. I've never heard of a bowman using two swords. On the other hand, it's easy to tell who you are. It's said that only the fastest heroes are chosen as the Lancer, but you surpass even that. There aren't 3 Lancers in this world at your level, and on top of that, there's only one with such beast-like agility. Oh, well said, Archer. At that instant, his vast murderous intent makes me forget to breathe. This all, by the way, happened in an instant. This whole thing happened in just an instant. By the way, this is cool. The art in this game is pretty awesome. Visual novel, sorry. Let's just go ahead and save here again, just in case. Why not? Why not? This is a prologue? Are you kidding me? Jeez. Lancer's arm moves. This is different from before. A stance free from contempt. The spearhead is lowered as if to strike the ground, and only his stares pierces Archer. In that case, you shall face my finishing blow. Oh my god, this... Look at this, look how awesome this is! This is the coolest! It's the coolest! I won't stop you. You're an enemy I will have to defeat sooner or later. Lancer's body sinks down. At the same time, a chill like thorns fills the schoolyard. Inverted colors. The air freezes. Not a metaphor. It literally freezes. All the mana in the air is frozen. The only person allowed to breathe here is the warrior called Lancer. The lance in Lancer's hand is unmistakably a demonic one, and now it is waiting to take its true form in the moment it strikes. Crap. He'll be beaten. I don't know what kind of Noble Phantasm that is, but Archer will be beaten. It's implausible since this is the first time I felt such an intuition, but there's no doubt about it. Archer will die when that lance is thrust. It is determined. Literally, Lancer's lance is the embodiment of inescapable death. Oh. Archer will be defeated. Archer will die when Lancer pierces his heart. And yet, even though I know what's going to happen, I can't even help him. Because if I move even a finger, that will trigger the attack. So if anything can stop this battle and stop Archer's defeat, it would be... Who's there? A random person? Wow. Nice save. It would be the chance appearance of a stranger we have all overlooked. Huh? The ghastly air coming from Lancer disappears. The sound of fleeting footsteps. That figure is definitely wearing a school uniform. A student? Someone was still here. It seems so. You did save our lives, though, Archer says calmly. Well, we were certainly saved, but my mistake. I didn't notice my surroundings because I was preoccupied with Lancer. Hey, Archer, what are you doing? Can't you see? I'm resting since I'm free now. You can't do that. What about Lancer? He went after that guy. He saw us, so Lancer probably went to eliminate him. For an instant, my thoughts stop. Follow him, Archer. I'll catch up right away. Archer goes after Lancer immediately. Damn, how stupid of me. I curse my carelessness. It's the role of Magi to eliminate any witnesses, which is why, if one didn't want to do that, one just had to allow no witnesses. I've done that until now, so why do I have to make a mistake today of all days? A night where even the moonlight is obscured. The student is lying on the cold hallway floor and Archer is standing still. He is staring silently at the student. The smell hits my nose. The blood on the floor makes clear that it's the smell of death. Follow him, Archer. Lancer will probably go back to his master. This won't be worth it unless we at least find out what his master looks like. Archer goes after Lancer. I'm left alone with the student lying on the floor. I can't look straight at him. But I must. This is my fault. This is my fault. Ever since I was a child, ever since I became the successor of Tosaka, I've been preparing for something like this. There's no good or evil for Magi. I've always told myself that this road has only my blood and the blood of others, so... One shot from Lancer's lance, huh? You can't be saved with your heart pierced. I don't know how long it's been since Lancer killed him. Was he lucky or unlucky to be pierced through the heart? I guess Lancer's attack isn't a simple external wound, as the flow of blood from the rupture isn't too severe. It's not too severe, but it's all over when the brain doesn't get any more blood. So, basically, if his heart were pierced, he should have died instantly. But it's amazing, he isn't dead yet. Yes, he's still breathing faintly as if to give his last scream. But that will only last a few more seconds. He can't heal his own wounds, and I don't have enough power to save him either. I have to look at his face. I should at least do that. I try to touch his head, facing the ground, and realize my fingertips won't move. They're trembling. I wonder why. I'm used to such things. I've had to make these kind of choices many times before. I've lost many things due to my mistakes and my selfishness. That's why I'm ready for a day like this. So why? Why am I so angry at myself? Sorry, I'll see you off at least. I control my trembling fingers and my failing knees with my will and look at the face of the student. A huge smacking sound. It really feels like I've been hit on the head with a hammer. Stop it. Why does it have to be you? I grit my teeth, not to suppress my trembling. I'm really pissed off. Why is it him? Why did it have to be him? I'm not mad at Lancer for killing a witness quickly and perfectly, just as a servant should do. I'm just angry at him for staying late at this place on this day. Is it Sakura's brother? Sakura's face flashes in my mind. Oh, it is! She will definitely cry. And I recall one red-tinted day after school a long time ago. A distant sunset. Someone always running alone. And a boring girl staring at that from far away. And before me, the corpse of someone who had happened to get involved. There is a way. I might fail and lose my last resort in the process, but there is still a way. No. I'll lose my last resort whether I succeed or fail, so the result for me won't change. It's a mistake. The face of his death is already determined. The fact of his death is already determined. It's my fault for not noticing the things around me. It's his fault for unluckily staying late. So, I don't need to go that far. Yes. because this was what my father, who gave me nothing else, left just for me. A powerful chunk of magical energy, reliable last resort to win through this battle. A precious, precious thing just for me. So what, idiot? I shake the feeling off and kneel in front of the one who will become a corpse in another second. Man, I've done it. The pendant in my hand becomes lighter. My father's memento is drained almost to emptiness and falls onto what used to be a dying body. Well, it can't be helped. Yes, it can be helped. I didn't have the power or skills to revive someone with a damaged heart, damaged blood vessels, and on the verge of brain death on top of that. That's why I had to make up for my lack of skill with this powerful object. It's lucky he was still breathing. If he was completely dead, no amount of magical energy could have revived him. But since he was still alive, I just did what I could, and ended up saving his life. It would have been awful if I failed, but since I succeeded, I guess it's alright. Yeah, I feel fulfilled to be honest, so this wasn't such a bad experience. I'm just bluffing. Let's go. What's done is done. I have to head back before he wakes up. Yeah, there's no need for me to stay here any longer. Archer should be following Lancer, so I should go back home myself.